Hello, it's Jennifer from heysealemon. Today I will show you how I make die-cut stickers and sticker sheets at home. I've had a lot of requests to make this video, but honestly I kept putting it off because there are already so many YouTube videos on this topic, but I have been doing this for over a year now, so I do have some tips to share, and if you're just starting out, maybe this will give you an idea of what's involved in making your own stickers. I'll link some of my favorite videos which I actually found helpful when I was beginning in the description below, but just keep in mind that everybody's process is different and can vary depending on your preference of paper, printing, and file setup. Also, if you are curious on the supplies that I'm using throughout this video, those are also linked down below. By the way, if you are interested in my stickers, I only make them for my patrons, so you can check out my limited tier on my Patreon. It's one way to help support my channel, and they get printed goodies in the mail each month. That will also be linked below. Okay, let's get into it. I'll start with die-cut stickers, which I think have the easiest file setup for beginners. For this example, I'll take you through the process of some stickers that I already made. These ones happen to be artwork from my doodle challenges, and now that I think of it, challenges actually provide me a lot of artwork to repurpose into products like prints and stickers and merch. They're a great way to get through any art blocks and force you to produce more artwork, so if you're interested, I have a whole playlist full of free challenges. I also have a 1-year doodle challenge book in my Etsy shop. I will link all of those down below. Physical art and digital art both have their own advantages, and here are some digital examples which I made in the Procreate app on my iPad. You can import your scanned artwork into this app or draw directly in it to make your artwork. For these, I drew a really simple shape around it to make the die cut. My die cut stickers are usually at least 1 inch or larger, but it never hurts to start your canvas at a large size and high resolution. I never know if I might use that artwork again on something, and I can always scale it down later. If you're not familiar with this app or Photoshop or any other image editing program, I highly recommend searching some tutorials just to learn the basics and figure out which program you prefer. You need to make sure the die cut shape is solid behind your artwork, that way your cutting machine won't cut any holes in it. And sometimes I will make this die cut shape in Procreate, and sometimes I will make it with the pen tool in Photoshop. I usually export all my sticker art from Procreate as a PSD so I can open it in Photoshop and edit it from there. This example ended up being a sticker sheet, which I will get into later. So many videos only show making stickers with an iPad, and while it's a really convenient tool to use, it's not the only way. So I wanted to show you what it looks like to use an analog piece of artwork and a good old-fashioned scanner. For small artwork like this, sometimes I'll scan it in around 400 dpi or higher, just so I can get the best print quality and size it up a little if I need to. Then onto my computer in Adobe Photoshop, I'll make an outline with the pen tool to make the die cut shape. This can also be made with the brush tool, but I personally like the pen tool. I find it easier to edit the lines if I need to, make the shape bigger. For this shape, I made a clipping mask so it cuts out everything around that I don't want. And from here, I'll adjust the colors if I need to. I almost always increase the saturation because any scans will be a little bit muddy or darker than the original. I save all my die cut stickers individually, and then I add them to a separate file which is made to the size that my Cricut maker will cut. This machine has its own restrictions on the size you can do a print and cut file. The space is limited to 6.75 inches by 9.25 inches. I even keep a little sticky note on my desk to remember that. You can lay out your stickers in their program, but I feel like I have more control over it in Photoshop. When my layout is finalized, I'll save it as a PNG to have a transparent background and upload it into a new project in Cricut Design Space. And this program comes free with any Cricut cutting machine. For the image type, I'll hit complex because there's a lot of colors going on. It then allows you to erase any part of your image that you don't want cut. A little problem I had in the beginning of using this, I would always click on my image to drag it around, but that's not what it does. It actually selects that part and deletes it. So then when I would print my stickers, there would be little holes cut out, and I didn't realize that I was actually clicking my image away. So just be aware, don't click it to drag it around. Next, it will ask you if you want your file to be a print then cut or just a cut image. For stickers, I want to save it as a print then cut. Then it adds it to my canvas, and because my image size is a high resolution, it will have a little warning that says it's too large. So I'll manually go in and type that size that it recommends, the 6.75 by 9.25. And I keep the proportions locked so it will automatically adjust the width or height to make sure it's within that size and it doesn't distort my image. It also doesn't matter where your image is on this grid right here because it will adjust where it's going to print on your paper in the next screen. Next, it will sort your project onto the mat, and this is an actual look of where it will be. Then it will connect to my machine and prompt me to print my image. You can add a bleed if you have stickers that are full image with no white outline, which I do on this one, and I'll show you what it looks like with and without this turned on. Some people have better printing quality if they use the system dialog. My printing is fine without it, so I just leave it off. With any new project, I always do a test print first. Sticker paper can be pricey and you don't want to waste it, so I highly recommend saving some scrap paper and just printing out a test to see if everything looks right. When it does, I print again on my actual sticker paper. The paper I use the most for stickers is this glossy white letter size. It has a backing so you can peel the sticker off. I think the thickness and quality is good for the price. It hasn't failed me yet, and I'll link it down below if you want to know more about it. I've also tried Cricut's printable vinyl, and the difference between paper and vinyl is a lot more durable, so you can put this on water bottles or the outside of things that might get more wear. I do think Cricut's brand has a good print quality, but I don't use it as much because it is less sticky, and I think it's better suited for removable sticker projects. So I get asked a lot what printer I use. It's always in the background of my videos, but unfortunately I can no longer recommend this printer. This is the Epson Artisan 1430, and it's about 5 years old now. When I first got it, it was great, but for some reason in the past year it has decided to give me problems. It likes to print out everything black first, and then I have to keep feeding it scrap paper until the colors finally turn out like they're supposed to. Maybe one of the print heads is broken. I have tried cleaning the print heads, calibrating the whole thing. I've tried basically everything, but it still wants to just waste ink every time I start a new print job. Other than that, the quality can be great when it decides to print correctly, but it can be frustrating, and that's one of the reasons why I sometimes send my art to a company and have my stickers made. When I'm ready to cut the stickers, I use a Cricut standard grip mat, and I have two on hand so I can prepare one while the other one's cutting, and I find it makes the process go a lot quicker. If you didn't know, Cricut's mats have a sticky texture, so they always remain tacky and your paper will stay there while it's cutting. And this black outline is the size restriction I mentioned. You can't really do anything about it. That is just Cricut's print and cut way. And the Cricut machine needs that black outline to read where your image is so it can cut it precisely. I'll align my print to the very left corner on the mat and typically smooth out any air pockets with a brayer or just my hand. In Cricut Design Space, I'll set the material to sticker paper, which will cut all the way through the paper and the backing. I leave the pressure on default, but if my blade is getting dull, then I sometimes put it to more pressure. Then load in the mat and press go. When it's done, I unload it and remove the sticker paper from the mat. To do this, you want to remove the mat from your paper and not your paper from the mat, because then it will bend and curl. I flip it over onto the tabletop and roll the mat like this. These mats are really flexible, so don't be afraid to bend it. For anything remaining on the mat, I use a Cricut spatula, not to be confused with a Cricut scraper. I did try using this at first and it ended up scraping off the adhesive from my mat, so I don't recommend using this for stickers. I use this little spatula all the time and it works great. Now I'll show you the difference on the bleed setting. Left is with it off and right is with it on. So you can see that it extends your artwork past your cut lines so you don't have any white edge. It's a really small difference, but it's nice that the option is available. Because there's a size restriction on the print and cut, it does leave you with a margin of leftover sticker paper. There may be some hacks to getting around this, but I haven't had any good luck with them, so sometimes I use the leftover for label paper, or you can draw on it to make more stickers by hand. Now that I've gone through the basics of die cut stickers, I'll show you how I make sticker sheets. Here's an example of my first sticker sheet I made in Procreate. I drew everything in here, including the die cut shapes in the back, only for a sticker sheet it won't be a die cut, it will be a kiss cut. A kiss cut is a printing term that basically means it's not cut all the way. So the sticker paper is cut but not the backing, and it peels off, leaving the backing intact. For this example, I'm going to make a sticker sheet from all the fruits that I made from my fruit art challenge. All of these are on separate documents, which makes it a little more complicated, but I'll show you how I do it. I'll start out with the size of the sticker sheet in Photoshop. This one will be 4 by 6 inches at 300 resolution, and open and drag on all the pieces of art I want to make into stickers. I'm not sure on the size I want everything to be, so just to be safe, I turn everything into a smart object. This allows me to scale my artwork up or down without losing quality. This is one advantage of using Photoshop over Procreate. I don't want this to turn into a Photoshop tutorial, so if you want to learn more about smart objects and other things, go check out the Adobe website. They have a lot of good tutorials. At this point, laying out a sticker sheet kind of becomes like a game of Tetris. I have to figure out the best placement for these shapes. Then using the pen tool, I'll draw what I want to be kiss cut. If your art is solid, not transparent and textured like mine, another easy way to add a border is to add a white stroke to the layer. Now I have my 4 by 6 sticker sheet finalized. I'm going to add it to that Cricut image size, that 6.75 by 9.25. So then I can have more control over where the sticker sheets print and cut. And if I have leftover space, I'll fill it with more stickers. So these that I added in the middle will be die cut along with the sheets. With the way that Cricut works, I'll need to export each cut as a separate file. So everything I want cut all the way through will be one PNG, and everything I want kiss cut, not cut all the way, will be its own PNG file. I upload those to my new project in Cricut Design Space, and both files will be uploaded as a print then cut image. Just as before, it will tell me the artwork is too large. I first align it so everything is in the placement it needs to be. Then I attach or group the layers together so they will all scale down together. Now, a weird thing about Cricut is it's hard to do two different kinds of cuts in a print and cut project. Because I want the sheets to die cut, but the stickers on top of them to only kiss cut, it's difficult for it to cut everything correctly, and I wish it had some kind of sticker sheet setting. Cricut, if you're watching, because of this, you'll see most people only kiss cut the stickers and then trim the rest by hand. And this is totally fine to do. I've done this, but this is a cutting machine. Why can't it cut everything? I was determined to find a hack, and luckily Amanda from ALLJ Art uploaded this video. I'll link it up here. Go give it a like because she figured out the easiest way to cut sticker sheets on a Cricut machine. What she does is duplicate the sheet, so you have 5 layers of the same thing, and you attach them with the stickers that will go on top. By doing this, you're able to keep everything together in the same project, and it will be making one cut, a kiss cut, but because you are telling the Cricut to cut the sheet 5 times, it ends up cutting all the way through the backing of the paper, essentially making a die cut. To show you what I mean, first I'm making sure everything is attached, continue, and then send my artwork to my printer, and keeping the bleed turned off, prepare my mat for cutting, and back in the design space, I'm using vinyl as my material setting. This will make a kiss cut, then load her up and hit go. You'll see it will cut the sheet part 5 times, which will go all the way through the backing, and then one kiss cut on top of the sticker sheets. Remove the mat from the project, and here are my sticker sheets cut to size. leaving the stickers with the kiss cut so I can peel them off. And the extra die cut stickers in the middle are cut all the way through, just like I wanted. You could argue that in the time it takes for the Cricut to cut 5 times, you could just cut them out yourself. Either way, it's up to you, but like I said, this is a cutting machine and I want it to do all the work, so I can go do something else. If you make stickers and you have any tips to share, please leave it in the comments below. I would love to read it. Give this video a big thumbs up if you found it helpful. It took me a while to make. And a big thanks to my patrons and members for helping me make more videos like this. And if you want to help support more content on my channel, you can check out the links below. And again, if you want stickers every month in the mail, join my Limited Lemon tier, also linked down below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell right next to it so you get notified every time I post a new video. Even if you are already subscribed, sign up for notifications. And if you want to jump into another video, it'll be right here. All links are down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!